To our surprise, started to see the rise of Microsoft security demand in the market due to rampant cybersecurity attacks. To be smarter and better in the way we learn, act, live, create, prosper, and evolve. All sounds great, right? Hold on, this also brings us a multi-dimensional challenges in unprecedented ways. So in my journey, the scale of impact I could create is limited to the roles I have taken up. Higher the role, higher the impact.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series brought to you by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I am Rajesh Joshi, and today we have the privilege of speaking with an extraordinary leader who has shaped the cybersecurity landscape for nearly 3 decades. Our guest today, Mr. Bala Bhaskar Gurram. Bala is a true visionary in the world of IT and cybersecurity. With over 30 years of experience in the industry, Bala has been at the forefront of some of the most groundbreaking advancements in cybersecurity, driving both innovation and business growth on a global scale. Having been recognized with prestigious accolades, including the Chairman's Award for Best People Manager, Bala's leadership and strategic vision have made him a key influencer in shaping the future of cybersecurity. Today, we are fortunate to have him with us to share insights from his remarkable journey and discuss what the future holds for cybersecurity. Thank you for joining us, Bala, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders.
Thank you. Wonderful to be on FaceTime platform. Appreciate for the opportunity. Looking forward to the conversation.
Great. The pleasure is all ours, sir. You've had an incredible 30-year journey in IT and cybersecurity, leading innovation and driving business growth. Looking back, what would you say were some of the key moments that really shaped your career? And how did these experiences help you grow as a leader in this ever-evolving industry?
Well, such a journey indeed requires the support of a great platform or brand. And I'm glad that I got Wipro as international brand to see myself evolving and contribute globally through progressive roles during my last 30 years. By the way, I relate cybersecurity is like an immune system for enterprises and keep it healthy. And to keep it healthy, cybersecurity professionals need to understand the underlying systems well to protect and defend. So I will explain my 30 years journey through, I come up with something called ABCD. A, as acquire skills. B, build your career. C, create your own career. And D, develop career for others. This is how my journey has been. I'll just take you through ABCD.
Yes, please.
So as part of acquire skills, first 6 years of my career, I acquired skills through varied individual roles in IT hardware, software development, infrastructure management, cybersecurity tools administration, the communication network, business process automation, and innovation. I would say this gave me a solid foundation to be clear, confident, and think better. So that foundation is so important. I would think it is equally important for everyone who is really like looking forward to a longer career. Coming to the B, build your career. Not enough clarity to choose cybersecurity as my specialization domain to build my career for next 30 years. So next 5 years, I spent time in leading cybersecurity programs myself in the countries like US, UK, Canada, in front of the customer. This is where my learning got maximized and truly understood what cybersecurity means for core businesses across the industries like manufacturing, telecom, retail, government, energy and utilities, so on many other industries. So coming to the C part, create your own career. So now that I experienced more than 10 years in the space, I thought I can make an impact at next level globally, many more customers than what I have played roles directly. So for that, I felt the need of leadership roles are the way to go forward. So next 19 years, taken up several business practice and functional leadership roles, wherein defining strategies and executing them. In this process, I had the opportunity to experience financial planning, solutioning, developing world-class center of excellences, talent sourcing and development, academic campus drives, demand generation, sales process, influencer marketing, stage experience. I can go on and say all the way up to the building partnerships with alliances, analyst relationships, right? Exploring startups, venture investments, incubating new businesses, and lastly, innovation to be future ready. This is how I built my own career. So this has really shaped me as a person whom I really can face the industry to any extent, in any level. Coming to the last part, the D, developing career for others. In all the leadership roles, what I'm so proud of is with the year-on-year business growth that I have ensured that gave me the opportunity to create jobs for several thousands in cybersecurity domain for both campus hires and laterals. So given a platform to build their careers like how I went through, and building next generation cyber talent force is something I have been cherishing.
Okay. Absolutely fascinating to hear how your career evolved through those milestones, Bala. The way you navigated such shifts in the industry and led innovation is really inspiring. Bala, one of the most impressive milestones in your career was increasing Microsoft Security's revenue by an astounding tenfold. Now, that kind of growth doesn't happen by chance. Can you walk us through the leadership and business strategies that were key to driving such extraordinary results? What were the key decisions, the mindset, or perhaps even challenges that helped you and your team reach that level of success?
Yes, I totally agree with you. Having spent 3 decades, this doesn't happen by chance. I was heading largest cyber security line of business, which was identity and access management, which was around more than $125 million, which took around 2 decades to shape it. Organic. Thought came in my mind was, why can't I hand over this running engine to someone and start a new growth engine, which can become bigger than what I was leading it. So in the year 2019, I sensed the rise of Microsoft in the cybersecurity space with their Azure and Microsoft 365 cloud wave. I made my mind and decided to build a new global business practice, just focusing only on Microsoft security technologies. So started the business in January 2020, invested in the largest ever center of excellence, and developed training academy along with Microsoft partnership for all the technologies that are out there, got all the certification, we were ready with all the go-to-market. Guess what? Like any new startup, challenges are very much part and parcel.
Absolutely.
So I will probably take you through a couple of challenges here. So the challenge one is growth from less than a $5 million, which before I started this, to the ambition that I laid out, realize the urgent need of large talent to develop and consultative skills. When it comes to consultative skills, it can't be built quickly and not available in the market to hire ready-made. So decided to go inorganic way. We succeeded in acquiring a firm to onboard and address that particular part of consulting skills gap. Unlike consulting, system integrations and managed services requires a talent pool based in several hundreds, right? So Microsoft is disrupting the market in one side. On the side, Indian market doesn't have enough talent with Microsoft security technology skills. So whereas our in-house talent was busy with other business demand. Came pandemic, lockdown, hiring freeze, whatnot, all came into effect. Customers stopped new initiatives. So slowdown created largest talent bench and fear of job losses. To our surprise, started to see the rise of Microsoft security demand in the market due to rampant cybersecurity attacks on large enterprises. So we quickly acted, trained largest workforce that we have on bench and repurposed them to Microsoft security engagements and saved several hundreds from job losses during the peak pandemic time. So that really helped us to put us in a bright and great spot for us to really catch the momentum of what Microsoft was creating. So the outcome is what you read. By FY24, our revenue growth base has grown almost like over 10x.
Wow. I mean, it is definitely incredible to hear about the thought process behind such massive growth, Bala. It is clear that leadership, strategy, and resilience were key factors in that success. Moving on, Bala, during your time at Wipro, where you built practices from scratch and led teams to exceptional revenue growth, like increasing the revenue from identity and access management from $64 million to over $130 million in just 3 years. What do you think was the key to driving such massive growth, and how did you navigate the challenges of building something from the ground up while maintaining such a high level of innovation and leadership? It must have been a journey full of tough decisions and defining moments. Could you share some of those with us?
Absolutely. So having a 10x kind of revenue growth, from a smaller revenue base versus having a multi-fold or multi-bagger growth and already a sizable revenue base is very different game. So this is another memorable experiential story. I was having a great time in Canada, playing the role of director for enterprise security for a group of 11 member companies and a virtual CISO for the acquired data center and IT team. So year 2015, I got a call from my manager. Hey, we have a leadership exit for the identity business. Come back to India, take charge and drive the growth.
Okay.
All right. So, identity was our largest line of business with 64 million revenue already was there with more than 1,000 people working in that. So that comes with a huge responsibility of ensuring progressive growth for these 1,000 plus people and bringing business growth in the years to come. Otherwise, cybersecurity overall business will get impacted. Such a huge responsibility.
Right.
So naturally, back to drawing board for the strategy. Analyze the identity services portfolio comprising of 6 services, and consulting was kind of delinked, right? So I came up with the 3 business ideas and corresponding execution strategies for accelerated growth. So one was about large deal focus, second one was about portfolio expansion, and third one was about leadership with the differentiation. I'll just take you through a few points about these 3 strategies.
Yes, please. Yes,
first to large deal focus. So the business strategy was run, transform, and mature. So essentially take over, transform, and mature it.
Okay.
For this, we had to take the execution strategies like consolidate the consulting, system integration, managed security services under one unit to drive the synergies. Hyper-automation and service accelerators. Service maturity looking at from operational SLAs all the way to business SLAs or business KPIs. So this has helped us seeing, in terms of outcome, like multiple $10+ million large identity programs. This was the first strategy. The second one is about portfolio expansion, where we expanded the service to the external identities like a B2B and B2C kind of spaces where usually the terrain involves millions of identities.
Okay.
So the execution strategy obviously got to partner with the new age technology vendors who are cloud-based, all that, and that helped us to create a new revenue stream with high-end rate card, in fact, to be a very healthy business growth.
Okay.
And the last one, obviously, when you start giving a momentum, we have to ensure that we capitalize it very well, and that requires a differentiation to become much more stronger and stronger. So this leadership with the differentiation strategy was adopted, leveraging influencer marketing techniques very well. So the likes of innovation, like example, IP development, using bots and robotic process automation for legacy applications, and partnerships, like being part of advisory board, connect with the product engineering teams, partner of the year recognition, because the word of mouth is even more important than what we talk directly, and rising in analyst rankings, and branding aspect when it comes to the media campaigns, that what we have done, speaking at conference events. And what is even more important is about, we always carry away with the what mainstream large vendors, what they have technologies, but there are always new ideas that comes up, out in the market from startups. So we continuously was watching out what are the new startups are really doing in this space, and we picked up some of the identified white spaces and pick up the bright technology solutions and added to our portfolio to make it a much more comprehensive, complete, and from a customer point of view. So as a result, we got the multi-bagger revenue growth in 3 years, talent growth to more than 2,800 plus people.
Great, great, great. I mean, it does sound like a mix of visionary leadership and navigating through constant change. I can only imagine how challenging it must have been to maintain that growth while leading such a large same time you grow. That's absolutely phenomenal. Bala, you've been recognized with the prestigious Chairman Awards for Best People Manager and the Award of Excellence for the B2C project team. When you look back, what do you think made the difference in how you managed your teams? What was it about your approach that resonated so deeply, not just with your team, but with the organization as a whole?
Well, such recognitions indeed go through multi-level scrutiny, and the impact got to be high. Both awards related to people and delivery. One was in 2024, and I will talk about the other one, which was awarded in 2017. So I took charge, as I mentioned, identity business in 2015 made, and by 2017, growth almost got nearly doubled, and so the talent. So with all the strategic initiative that was talked few minutes back, right? So trust me, in services business, good part of time goes into people management, including talent development, which is very essential to protect the existing business and aim for new business and grow at multifold. So talent is the critical success factor, I would say, without which your confidence will get shaken big time. So how did we go about it? Like, we built a positive and engaging environment is super critical. Some of the initiatives that we've undertaken were enabling managers on high performance culture and leadership mindset, because we need a lot of leaders. We can't really hire leaders. We have to shape them with the organization culture and and all that what there. The second is about multiple talent development streams for new campus hires with a shadow opportunity, so that the quick onboarding can happen to them in a productive way. Mentor-mentee programs, culture of rewards and recognition, top talent differentiation, people engagement programs. So all that has helped us with an outcomes like lowest attrition ever, healthy people pyramid. What else you can expect?
Oh yeah, obviously. Absolutely, absolutely. Bala, it is clear that leadership is about more than just results for you. You've built an environment where people thrive, and it is inspiring to hear about how you bring your teams together, right from maybe catch them young kind of a philosophy that you have at campus recruitment, and then and the best part that you just mentioned is not just recruiting them as a workforce, but giving them an opportunity to develop their own skills and aiding them to develop their leadership skills and maybe take on better responsibilities. That's absolutely phenomenal, Bala. And it's really commendable. No doubt those awards do speak for themselves.
Thank you.
Bala, cybersecurity is undeniably one of the biggest challenges facing businesses today. And with your deep expertise in the field, you have seen this firsthand. Given the rapid changes in technology and the rise of new threats, what do you believe are the top three cybersecurity challenges organizations are facing right now? And more importantly, how can they effectively address these issues before they become major risks?
Certainly. I really have a good point of view basis my experience working with customers, technology partners, analysts, startup vendors, and our own research. Do we have a bit patience? This is going to be a little longer answer, I would say.
Please, please,
So
please.
the top three cybersecurity challenges that are concerning organizations, to be cyber resilient. That is what everybody wants to be,
Right,
right?
right.
The three things I kind of have a fancy names:
Mhm.
AI, EI, EI. Okay, AI for artificial intelligence, EI for edge and industrial security. TI stands for tools and intellectual talent.
Okay.
So I'll take you through one by one. AI first.
Mhm.
So we started seeing the predictions all around, like AI economy in trillions as a percentage of GDP as well. So
Mhm.
in a today's world, AI revolution is going to be the biggest opportunity to be smarter and better in the way we learn, act, live, create, prosper, and evolve. All sounds great, right? Hold on. This also brings us a multidimensional challenges in unprecedented ways. Let me stay focused on cyber threat and attacks using sophisticated AI by various actors.
Mhm. Mhm.
This will only get worse with the quantum computing that is coming our way, but we will not go there in the discussion. Yeah. And by the way, if we don't deal with in time, they may get weaponized to use it against us.
My God.
So every function and supply chain of an enterprise is in rush and hungry to adopt AI to stay competitive and grow, which we can't stop it either way. So this essentially means far more complex threat landscape to deal with when it comes to cybersecurity. It
Mhm.
is definitely much bigger complexity that we are going to deal with as a cybersecurity group and professionals than what we have seen in the last few decades. So how
Mhm.
do we deal with it? So we call it as a two-prong approach: security for AI and AI for security.
Okay.
Security for AI, invest into security AI posture and exposure management and governance. In other words, visibility, remediate faster, and be disciplined, in simple English words.
Okay.
Coming to AI for security, I would put that in a three pockets: embedded AI, assistive AI, agentic AI.
Mhm.
I'm sure many of these terms have been heard in different forums. So embedded AI in the context of cybersecurity is leverage of cloud-based modern AI and ML embedded technologies to deal with sophisticated and highly intrusive attacks in real time. It
Mhm.
cannot be after the fact. Assistive AI is prompt-based, good for shift left of skills point of view, making lower tier folks can perform the tasks of higher level tier, talented people, good for investigation and summarization. Very much relevant in cybersecurity space.
Mhm.
Coming to agentic AI, this is where the adoption of GenAI and combining it with orchestrated and hyper automation mechanisms in cybersecurity operations. Yes, we are talking about autonomous cybersecurity agents, right? So we
Mhm.
are talking about autonomous everywhere. So this is also coming in the cybersecurity space. That's where through agentic AI. This
Mhm.
is about the first challenge. The second one is about edge and industrial security. I will touch on edge and OT related attacks, and second is about SDX attacks.
Mhm. Mhm.
That gives the context before I can say how we deal with it.
Mhm.
Coming to edge and OT attacks, ESG, productivity and other initiatives are the rise, basically seeing the rise in the modernization to the edge computing, upstream systems, and core manufacturing sites. This essentially means unprecedented rise in cyber physical systems. Inadequate security controls in this landscape may lead to weaponization of OT environment to cause physical harm. That is on the edge and OT security attacks, point of view. The second is about SDX attacks. Here we're talking about software-defined everything. So we heard about software-defined, data centers, software-defined automotive, software-defined cars, software-defined medical devices, software-defined connectivity, software-defined manufacturing. So here, again, attack surface expansion happening in an unimaginable way, but we can't stop it either. These advancements will necessitate new and complex regulations and standards. So how are we going to deal with it? One is about integrated and unified cyber command centers across IT, OT, and IoT with AI-powered discovery, detection, analytics, investigation, protection, response, and recovery controls to ensure cyber resiliency. Second part is, as I mentioned, embedded AI across all the layers of cyber defense and AI-powered GRC. So this is probably a hope we have to start with, and then we continue to see what more techniques and methodologies that we need to employ. Coming to the third one about tools and intellectual talent. It's all about technical depth, including outdated skills that we are dealing with. One of the recent analyst publication I noticed, average number of cybersecurity technologies or tools employed in an enterprise is around 43. Lowest being 15, highest being over 100 tools, right? Larger the enterprise, larger the number of tool footprint. To make it worse, most of these tools operate in silos, legacy way, with a limited API and automation capabilities. Cyber operations largely manual. This essentially means even if they bring in AI, the return on investments in such enterprises will be disastrous. Cyber resiliency remains a dream because their foundation and posture is so weak. All these things cannot really address any of that. So how do we deal with this going forward? I'll address that in two parts. One is in a technology front and skill front. Technology, complexity to simplicity. So essentially means the best of breed to easy to integrate suite of technology solutions with embedded AI. This is what we're starting to see, the rise of cloud technology stacks for cybersecurity. So employing them really going to be very beneficial for enterprises. The second is skills in the form of inverted pyramid. So we always have the traditional conception, view of pyramid being always like a triangle. But with this new age technologies and solutions and skills, we started to see the pyramid getting reversed. So skill as a currency, when we talk about highly intellectual and advanced skills will be the way forward. Example, engineering, innovative, platformization, GenAI, hyperautomation, governance. These are all the kind of skills where they expect people to be skilled well on these areas, not the routine standard operating procedure based tasks. So obviously, this also requires increased collaboration between industry, academics, research institutes for us to build such kind of talent right from the very early stages of their career. So these are some of the three challenges in different contexts and how we can deal with it.
Bala, you've built an incredibly successful career in cybersecurity with a legacy of leadership and innovation. As someone who's constantly shaping the future of this industry, I'm curious, what are your aspirations for the future, both professionally and in the boardroom? How do you see your journey evolving, and what's the legacy you hope to leave behind?
Yeah, this is definitely something looking forward to for myself, right? So in my journey, the scale of impact I could create is limited to the roles I have taken up. Higher the role, higher the impact. I put it that way. So I have noticed the analyst predictions saying 40% of boards will have a dedicated cybersecurity committee overseen by a qualified board member. So I started to see giant, large global MNCs and hyperscaler firms already having them in their boardrooms. So I'm working towards the same. One, further broaden my competencies and leadership roles. And second, playing advisor to board. And third, becoming eventually a board of director.
Wow, wow, wow. It is really inspiring to hear your thoughts on the future. Your perspective on leadership and the evolving role of cybersecurity in the boardroom is something that will resonate deeply with our audience, especially those looking to carve out their own path in this dynamic field. Bala, as organizations become more complex and interconnected, the role of corporate governance has become even more crucial. From your experience, what are the most important governance practices companies should focus on to ensure they're not only compliant, but also driving long term value?
I totally agree. Corporate governance is crucial to build transparency, timely decision making in ethical way, demonstrate accountability at all levels to remain trusted in this dynamic business ecosystem and complex interconnected world. First, I will take you through from my experience, and then probably I would give my point of view about the practices for the board. With regards to my experience, I recollect one of the scenario while I was playing the role of virtual CISO for the acquired IT team and assets that we acquired as part of the acquisition. Being transparent in the audit scope, compliance evidence sharing, and decision records towards non-compliance with the mitigation plans has immensely helped one to gain the customer trust, and second, empowering customer to go for the appropriate cyber insurance coverage. So had we kind of not done in a fair and transparent manner, it would have really put them in trouble from in terms of insurance coverage. So that is from my experience. That I can share one example. When it comes to important governance practices, companies should focus on. Here is my point of view, right? So one is about fostering a cybersecurity culture. So this is about leadership commitment, awareness, and all the required necessary trainings. Second is regulatory compliance and governance. So this is as simple as adherence and transparent reporting. No-brainer. This is something every board has been thriving for and demonstrating this one. The third one is important. ICRMF, I call it as integrated and comprehensive risk management framework.
Okay.
Integrating AI-powered cyber resiliency into the overall risk management strategy, including the so-called third-party risk management, because supply chain risks are going to be immense going forward, right? Because we have to ensure that the security contract with the vendor, security requirements are really baked into the vendor contracts and the vendor assessments to be done accordingly. So these are some of the three things I thought I can talk about: culture, governance, and integrated and comprehensive risk management framework.
Wow, wow. I love how you've broken that down, Bala. It is clear that good governance is just, isn't just rather about ticking boxes. It is about creating a culture that supports growth and resilience. Coming to the last question of this podcast, Bala, and I'm sure all our viewers would actually want this to go on because this is absolutely fascinating. Uh, you've been part of Directors Institute for a while now. How has your experience been so far, and what aspects of the institute do you find most valuable in helping you stay ahead in today's business landscape?
Yeah, sure. So before joining the course, I have no clue what I will be getting into in terms of the learning. But the board concept is very, very understood and in terms of what I really want to aspire to, but I do not know what it involves, what it means. That world is very different. So it has been around 3 months. My perspectives improved a lot, I would say, and a greater amount of clarity in the world of boardrooms. So thanks to Directors Institute for the all-round enablement with a great learning management platform, course structure, content quality, a profile building, health, exposure to new community of like-minded people, and most importantly, the live sessions I really enjoyed by the
Mhm,
eminent speakers. So
mhm,
totally worth of my time and effort, pretty much impressed and overall grateful to Directors Institute and the faculty.
Wow, wow. It's great to hear how the Institute continues to make such a positive impact. It is all about staying engaged and evolving with the times, and it sounds like you've found some real value in being part of this community.
Thank
Bala,
you.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
sharing your remarkable journey and vision with us today. Your leadership in cybersecurity, especially in an era of rapid technological change, is truly inspiring. It's been a privilege to hear how you're shaping the future of security and innovation. At Directors Institute, we wish you nothing but continued success as you continue to break new ground and lead with purpose.
Thank you so much, Rajesh. It was wonderful talking to you. I really enjoyed the conversation.
Absolutely, the pleasure, as I said, was all ours. And that wraps up today's episode. What a fascinating conversation. We can't wait to bring you more stories from visionary leaders who are making waves in their industries. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and keep pushing boundaries because the future belongs to those who dare to lead. This is Rajesh Joshi signing off. Thank you.